welcome to the Dear One channel. It is such a pleasure to be with you today. I wanted to share with you something that the channel informed me of. This is about a couple weeks ago. And when I'm speaking of channel, what I mean is I have my human mind, and what I do is I meditate into a place of deeper knowing, which it's almost like a drawbridge, if you can imagine opening up, and I then tap into the universal mind. And there I'm able to access information that I normally would not have been able to gather with just my human mind. So one of the things that they shared with me was when I asked them, well, what is the purpose of the ego? I have a lot of clients that are like, God, I just want to get rid of my ego. I want to dismantle it. And what they informed me of is that the ego is part of this consciousness. It is a elixir to self-actualization. It is an instrument to expanded way of knowing. It is the pathway to your truth. And when I started understanding that, I thought, okay, so I need to befriend my ego. And what they shared with me was a metaphor that I really like that I want to share with you. They said to me, if you can imagine, here is your inner knowing, right? It is your truth. It is your inner guidance system, okay? And over here, we have the egoic mind. And we wanted to incarnate into this experience where both existed, because it is a way, the ego is the way to truly get to know thyself. And who is thyself? Thyself is the divinity that you are. You are divinity incarnate. You are infinite intelligence. You are unbounded love. You are a stream of well-being. But often we will forget that because we fall asleep, and that's when the ego is leading, okay? So what they shared is this concept of intuition versus free will. Free will is the action of the egoic mind. So we may think we have free will, but really the part that's operating is the egoic mind. And the ego is the storehouse for the faulty constructs that we kind of picked up along our way. It is the false beliefs about ourselves, like we're not good enough, we're not safe, we can't trust ourselves, as well as about others or the world. Like an example for the world is, life is supposed to be hard, people get sick, others aren't to be trusted, right? All of these faulty constructs are like baggage that we picked up along the way on our journey, which causes us to be far away from this inner knowing. So if you were on a country road, okay, and you're driving down and you're relying on the GPS on your car, and then all of a sudden you lose cell service and you no longer have the this guide, okay, what you have to do is go inward, get still, and within you will be a clarity, 100% accuracy of guiding you which way to go. But often we are not tapped into that because we're in our egoic mind. And you will know which vantage point you're leading from by how you feel. Because ultimately it's your emotional guidance system that is the key to informing you of who's leading here. Is it your truth of you? Are you leading from that? Or are you leading from your ego? And if your emotions are in a space of negative emotional states like hopelessness, rage, anger, irritability, frustration, envy, anything that doesn't feel good, you will know that you are leading from the egoic mind. Now, if you are in a place of trusting, accepting, love, truth, and seeing people in their divinity, then you are leading from your inner knowing. So you're on this country road, you get to this crossroad, your GPS is not working, you slow your mind down, but something else takes over, right? And when the ego takes over, it's the fear, it's the, oh my God, how am I going to get there? And what happens is you start feeling it, and you start getting into a place of panic, uncertainty, confusion, and you realize that you are really far away from this inner knowing, this truth, this trust that you will find your way. And the emotional state that you're in over here is the key to knowing how far you are away from your truth. And so this pathway, the purpose of the ego is to inform you of how far you are away from this inner knowing and invite you through positive emotional states to join your inner knowing. Because when your free will is lined up with your inner knowing, your actions feel good. They feel joyful. There's a sense of calm inside of you. There is no worry. There is a trust. There is a love for yourself and for others. So trust that the ego is your friend. It is your elixir to consciousness. It is your pathway to enlightenment. And without it, you wouldn't be being informed of how to connect with your inner knowing and act from that place. I hope this was helpful for you. I look forward to talking with you again. And you know how to reach me. You can go on my website, dearonechannel.com, find me on Facebook or Instagram. Namaste.